Hi everyone, it's Kronos, and in this video I'll be comparing these two lightning magis, Jupiter's Descent and Altair Blade. Yeah, so first let's go test out the damage. I'll start with Altair Blade. But before I start, let's see the description, and I love this magi icon, it looks so sick. Okay, so rapid lightning damage, shocks water enemies. Okay, so that's what it says. Shock is that one thing where makes the behemoth, wait, actually since the butterfly's there, I'll change this to Innocent Requiem, yeah. Shock is that one thing where it's not paralyzed, but it's when the behemoth takes lightning damage. I think you guys all know. The only other magi that can do this, if I remember correctly, is Thor's Decree. And this magi is basically four hits of it, the last dealing like 10 times more damage. So let's see what we start off with. I'll not just be testing, okay, the damage, but everything else. So that's one hit, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 hits to charge it up. Okay, so now let's see the damage. 60,000 per hit. The last did like 300,000. Or that basically nearly killed it. So the bad thing about it, one of the bad things is it takes quite some time to charge up, and as you saw just there, the shock, it took it out of the fatigue. It unfatigued it, so that's quite annoying. And the fatigue gauge gets reset. And this is why I have Innocent Requiem. And if it changes again, I'll use Altair Blade. See, so the last hit, it's the actual hit is a bit more close range than the other hits, but you have the thunder, what would you call it, like a thunder blade thunder effect, that's more ranged, so that's what hit it. And I'll be saving the magis for, what would you say, when it's changing, when it changes. Okay, here I'll step back a bit. I guess I'll cast it here. Yep. So the last hit, again, that did like, I didn't see, I think it was like 170,000 damage, plus the 30,000 from the thunder, if that's what you guys would call it. So 200,000 easy damage. And there you go. And this magi looks quite sick. Now floor 158. Actually, the floors don't really matter. Okay, so water Abaya. Abaya is quite hard. Its defense is quite high. Okay, but charge it up. Yeah, so it takes a bit more time than other magis to charge up. Okay, while it's fatigued. 67,000. And that did 170. So I want to see how much damage the last hit does when it's fatigued. Okay. Let's see what it does. So 60, 80, 80, what? Okay, I guess that was hitting the tail. So the tail's also the weakest part of Abaya. But as you can see, the damage it has is quite insane. 87,000 per hit when it's on a fatigue. The last hit, I want to see the last hit. Okay, we can test it out on an Amarok though, because those things, every time I break a part, it will re-fatigue. And now it is Amarok, okay. Okay, I missed that fatigue. Okay, show your weak marker again. I missed it. There you go, okay. Let's see. 135,000 per hit. 407,000. I don't know how much the last hit did, but that just basically one hit KO'd a level 250 Amarok. Now, Dino Felix. Yeah, that was insane. Like, 135,000 per hit. Like, 135,000 is the damage for just one Magi's on most Magi's. But the fact it did 3 consecutive hits of 140,000 and then 400,000 more on the last hit. Oh, there you go, it shocked when it was in fatigue, so it unfatigued. Which is, I think, one of the worst parts about this Magi. Okay, and now switching to Jupiter's Descent. Okay, so now Jupiter's Descent. Rains lightning damage and paralyzes. Increases lightning damage. So, from my understanding, the paralyzed chance is 50%. I'm not so sure if Earth and Lightning Behemoth paralyzes, but on Water and Fire Behemoths, it's a 50% chance to paralyze. And I'm pretty sure the lightning damage increase is also 50%. Okay, now let's go back to the tower. Yeah, I wish the animation was a bit cooler though. Not the animation, the Magi icon. Like Altair Blade. I don't think there's a Magi icon that looks better than Altair Blade in the game, in my opinion. Okay, so and when it rains down lightning damage, if all the hits hit, it's 10 hits in total. Will you fatigue, please? And it takes I would say 3 combos to fatigue it. Not fatigue, for the Magi gauge to fill up. Okay, I guess I'll just get frozen first. Nice job, NPC. Another thing I really like about this... Okay. Another thing What? Okay, I want to fatigue it, but... Okay, another thing I really like about this Magi is its global range. So, there you go. It paralyzed it. That did 310,000 damage. I'm not so sure. I think one of the hits did like 50k. But there you go. Yeah, so non-fatigued did 31,000. So if you compare this Magi to some other Magis, the damage is quite weak or low. And that's like I'm talking about some future Magis. But anyway, don't change elements. Boom. The animation's also really cool. I don't think this thing stuns either, so 2, 3 hits to charge it. So this is more spammable. And yes, the lightning damage buff, let's see how long that lasts for. Good thing I brought this with me. Okay, so the lightning buff, it lasted for 20 seconds. Let's see how much damage it does without. Oh, okay, so you always hit with the buff, because the buff comes in after you shoot. Okay, so that's another nice thing. Your damage will always be buffed because of the lightning buff. So if you like showing off your magis by spamming it, this magi is pretty good for you. So there you go, 280,000. Unlike Altair Blade, this magi is a bit more spammable. So yeah, that should have stunned if it didn't break parts. Well, that's the end of Dino Felix. What's left? Plume and Abyss. I'll show the global range cast here. I'll run away from the behemoth to the other side of the map. And yeah, pufferfish is slow. Okay, so I can be like here, cast it. There you go. Yeah, so as you can see, the damage is not too high. I mean, for now, I guess it's kind of high, but so this should stun it, paralyze it. There you go. And then, boom. Yeah, so the animation also looks really nice on this magi. Boom. It's like, the first arrow shooting animation is similar to Thunderstorm. Note that this buff is only for yourself, so it won't affect your teammates, like Zephyri's. Actually no, we can't test the lightning damage buff. That did 3,814 damage, Innocent Requiem with the buff. And now without the buff, I don't want to break the tail accidentally. And then with the buff, without the buff. So with the buff it did 600 more damage. Oh, there you go, so it still moves. So if it moves, you'll miss your cast. I don't know how you would call it, but this is also pretty good for breaking parts, because it shoots some lightning arrows all over from all angles. Yeah, so if you ask me, I would prefer using Jupiter's Descent on most behemoths. I guess for some water behemoths I would pick Altair Blade, because yeah, on water behemoths I would pick Altair Blade just because of the sheer crazy damage output. It does like double the damage of Jupiter's Descent, or maybe a bit more. But on everything else, I think I would pick Jupiter's Descent. Well, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.